Hey guys, it's Sakuems. Welcome back to my channel. So if you're new here, hello, my name is Emily. I'm a French artist and YouTuber. In this week's video, I'm going to do another artwork on this Strathmore tone paper pad. I've been in love, so much in love with this paper over the last 2 to 3 weeks that I can't help but just doing more inside it. So I'm actually going to do a series of artwork. I've mentioned this in my previous video. If you haven't seen it, I will link it in the corner. I want to fill the sketchpad. This has 50 pages. I have a gray tone paper and I have also the tan paper, which is more like a brown, like a tan color. But yeah, I definitely want to do more, and I have in mind to do the entire sketchbook. Maybe like not the entire sketchbook, but at least about 30 to 40 artworks, and then I will do a coloring book based off it, and I also will do an artbook based of it. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting. I want to try to change things up and develop my style and do something a bit different. So every artwork is completely not completely different, but I don't want to do just like fantasy art or just I don't know, I want to have a theme going on. I want to be inspired by animals or by different culture, different ethnicities, and I want to have fun. I will maybe try also to draw guys. I think I will actually. I want to try to draw a guy. I want to try to draw maybe like animals. I don't know. I want to have fun, and I'm going to use pretty much the same technique throughout the entire book. And yeah, but I really wanted to make this video not just to share the time lapse of these pieces. I want to also use this series to approach different topics that are art related, and also you get to see the artwork being made. Anyway, enough rambling. So before I jump into the topic of discussion, which is style, I wanted to quickly mention that, some things about this piece. So I'll call her Ravija, and if I got this correctly, because I googled stuff to find Indian or Hindi names, Ravija means like beautiful lady, or no, not beautiful lady. It means about like daughter of the sun. That's what I found. I don't know if it's right. If you are in India, can you confirm or not confirm that this is related to the sun? But I just really love the name. I wanted to find a name that was either related to beauty or related to some sort of sunlight or brightness because of the clothing she has. And I usually don't work with yellows, but I had a lot of fun with this. And so Ravija, basically I don't know exactly how I came up with it. Oh, actually, the funny story, I was doing a workout from Bipasha. What's her full name? An actress, and like she's a goddess, and it's like a 30-minute dance workout, and from bipasha nasu or something like that, and she's gorgeous. And I googled her on Google Images because I wanted to do another like Indian or Hindi girl, and I found her really, really pretty. And so actually, when I was thinking of my next piece for this series, I was like, you know what, I really enjoy working on the seer artwork. I want to do an actual Hindi woman, not just based on different culture, but actually from India. And so I googled, I think I googled beautiful Indian portrait or something like that, and I found a beautiful picture. I will link it in the description right below the video. That's my reference, and that's actual like credits given to this photographer. I did change things up a tiny bit, and it's not like a copy to say so. This was my reference for the sketch, and for the colors, almost, I mean, I kept the gold, but besides that, and also I kept the jewelry, but besides that, after I finished inking the piece, I stopped looking at the picture because I wanted to make it mine. So it looks like her, but it's my style, and I really, really, really like to work like that. I also did that for previous artwork in this sketchpad. I didn't record the process, but you will see everything when I do a flip through at, I don't know, like in 2 months or something. I had in mind to do a different character from what I usually do, and to have fun with the jewelry and the design, and to really make it pop from the paper. So I sketched with a colorist pencil, and then I inked with some of my new Arteza fine liners pen that I just got 2 days ago, and I'm really excited because like they're amazing already, and I only use like 2 colors, and I will do of course a review on those. But I've used I think a blue and a brown to ink the picture, and then I started to place the base color with my COPIC markers and also a few of our alcohol markers just for the mid. And it's interesting to see because I have to use a color that is too dark for the base. I mean, it's too dark, but I will bring the light back with the pencils. So it's more like, it's kind of like using oils or acrylic paints or even gouache, is that because the base is already dark, you bring back the light. Whereas if you were, I don't know, using on a white paper, I usually tend to do midtones, then apply more darker tones and then highlights. With this specific paper, I really go from dark to light, except maybe for a few of the very dark tones, but I mainly use my liners for that because the paper itself is very matte, so the Copic vibrancy and the color itself is kind of muted, no matter what color I've used. So I know that I have to use my pencil to bring back the lights, and someone on Instagram asked me how I was doing that, how I was maintaining this brightness, and pretty much because of the pencils themselves. I'm using the polychromos and the luminance pencil and one Prismacolor Premier, and the brightness comes from the opacity of the pencils. The polychromos are very, very pigmented, but they don't I guess they are too dry looking in a way, and so I have to smudge those with the not the polychromo. I had to smudge most of those polychromo shades with the Prismacolor pencil and also the luminance pencil. The luminance are also very, very bright colors, but I have mostly skin tones and a blue, which I use a lot. And I really want to invest more into the luminance pencil, but they're very expensive, so I'm going to use my polychromos first. But I managed to basically put a base tone with the polychromos because it has the hues, and then with the luminance I was smudging everything, almost like, yeah, basically just smudging. It's like a smudge tool. I don't know how, like, it's magical. To me it really looks magical, but that's the technique. And then once it's all done, I do my highlights. I used a cream colored pencil and also the white gel roll pen, and I finished it off by doing more contouring with the blue, like a dark blue liner, because I didn't want to use black, although I could have used black, but I don't know, I wanted to have a little bit more dimension. That's pretty much it for the actual process of the artwork. Now I want to talk a bit more about style in the rest of this video. I've been wondering myself on how to develop my style over the last couple months. Not just because I went through a hard time 2 years ago and like it changed me as a person, but the style of my artwork didn't change drastically. It's just a little bit more defined. It has a little bit more feeling to it. It feels like it's more me than what I was doing before, because I'm myself. Just feel like I'm more myself. You know, I feel like I'm slowly becoming the true version of myself. Like I'm not hiding anymore as much. I feel like style is usually an extension of who you are. It's not just, hey, how can I find my style? Like people always ask me, how do you find your style? How to find your style? What defines a style? It's you. It's just when something is authentic and genuine, it comes from you. Sometimes I feel like having a style is a representation of your personality. And like it can be a choice to do something completely, I don't know. Some people, some artists, you know, they don't do genuinely authentic art in a way that they are more or so doing it for the money or for a project when they have to replicate a certain style. And if you are hired or asked to do certain style and you feel like doing it just for the sake of doing it, but not because you feel like it's yours. I don't really like that aspect of style. If, for example, someone was telling me to do cartoon style character, I would say no, this is not who I am. I don't feel comfortable doing it. I feel like it doesn't look good. It's not just that I don't know how. I could try. I could probably practice and manage to do something kind of cartoony like, but it's just, it doesn't feel right. You know what I'm saying? Finding your style, it's more like trying things, and you'll see and you'll know when you are feeling comfortable and content with how you do things. I feel like there's a method to help you out in a way, and you can I'm just not gonna say that you can find it like it's a treasure or something like that. Style comes along as you go, as you practice, and as you grow as an artist. But it's still, I think to me, you know, the few tips I could give out, and that's something I am trying to do myself, is that it's okay to don't like to change things up. It's okay to feel like questioning your style. It's also okay to be content with where you are and you feel like, you know, I don't want to change anything. But I think like sometimes people misjudge what is style, and they are getting a little bit too defensive about how they do things and give the excuse that, hey, this is my style, just deal with it. Where especially there's like some issues with the anatomy or the way they colored or the way they draw. There's a big difference between not knowing how to do things and purposely doing it a certain way. So for example, I know that I used to, still do, but I used to struggle a lot with anatomy, and I'm practicing that, but I'm still making choices to do bigger eyes. I'm still making the choice to do a little bit of a very defined lips. I'm still making the choice like to do very defined hair that definitely not, like, they're not looking like real, you know what I'm saying? I'm still trying my best to do realistic features, not cartoony features. It's a choice. So yeah, I think that's my 2 cents about style as it is. It's not like a tutorial on how to find it. I think for the majority of artists, it's just something you discover as you grow and as you try. I was doing a lot more manga cartoony like characters a few years ago, and I liked it. It was fun for a while, but I kept I was still changing things up slowly. I remember one day I was doing portraits in a convention for like people, and at first I was doing like manga style, I guess, a little bit more of a cartoony style character. And as I was doing portraits, after 1, 2, 3, you know, after 5 of them, my intention and the way I was doing things slowly got back to realism. Not like actual realistic, but it went back. I couldn't force myself to do cartoon-like characters. It just didn't feel like me. And so I'm 31, and I feel like I want to try to change things up, not in terms of style of drawing itself, but more like coloring and the themes and how I present stuff, and just trying a new topic. Because I feel like when you try to draw something new, you immediately are kind of forced to adapt what you're drawing to your style. It's a nice experiment, because I know how to draw beautiful girls. I mean, this is what I do. I know how to draw flowers. This is what I do. This is not challenging. It's really fun. It's interesting. It's it's very pleasing to do, but I know how to do it. And so this is not a challenge to my style. It is challenging when I'm trying something new, because I have to put my style to it. You know what I'm saying? And so if you want to find out what you really like about art and how you do things and everything, and define what really is you and how you do, how you do it, you have to draw or color, whatever. You have to do something different. Free tips about style to me. I don't know if you agree, if you have any yourself. I will just love to know. You can post a comment below. The number one tip that I will give is basically to try to draw different things than what you usually do. Second thing is maybe try a new medium. And the third thing is try to list, which is what I did. List things, write things down. List how you want to do things. Like, what are your inspiration, how you like to do faces if you do portraits, how you like to define your work. Do you do more like outlines, or do you want to go for a more minimalistic style? Do you want to shade things or just do flat coloring? There's just different ways like that, but list things out and do recap and try new things, and after a while you just figure out how you want to do everything. But the biggest tip I could give is to practice, because I think it's Skinny Art. She did a lot of artworks, and I think it's every day, and she has like a flip through YouTube video. It's pretty amazing, and her style changed on its own as she was drawing throughout the year. Practicing makes you develop your art, and style comes with it if you push yourself a little bit too. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Pretty long video. I'm talking a lot about this, but I hope that you will find it interesting. If you have any suggestions for future topic you want to discuss, I would love to know. Also, if you have any ideas for future artworks from this series, anything, to be honest, really anything. I mean, I still prefer to do portraits, it has to fall under this composition, like the way I build things, but I'm still kind of open to anything else. So I would also love to know that. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So this piece is available as fine art prints on my Etsy store. The original is not available yet. I will collect every pieces that I have, and once I release the art book and everything, I will also have all the originals available. Probably in like 2 months or something, there's going to be like a big release of content, so be prepared to that. But in the meantime, you can still get the fine art prints. And yeah, so I think that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching this video, you guys. If you liked it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more of my content, I post every Saturday. Don't forget to subscribe and also turn on the bell icon so you don't miss any videos. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye, guys.